Welcome to the show. Welcome, 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 welcome. Good evening. Welcome to another show, Jael Joseph Live. Right here, we're going to be having an exciting infomercial. I am so excited for this conversation. As you all know, I'm a Palais. And I think this is going to be a very engaging one. We are going to be talking to the folks from the White Sunset charity event, but we're going to be focusing today mostly on folks who went to school at Seafocal/Dominica State College in different times. So that's going to be very interesting. We're going to hear them talk about their views and some of the things that happened, their experiences, their challenges, the joys of being at Seafocal/Dominica State College. We're gonna just rap. We're gonna be vibing. Today, I'm excited to have them. I want to shout out the folks at the White Sunset charity event. Everybody who's taking part in this or who's part of the organization team. But I want to also let you know, if you are going to be in Dominica in October and you've not purchased your ticket yet for the White Sunset charity event, which is white with a hint of Creole, which happens the Wednesday before Creole Day, you must get your tickets now. You can purchase your ticket. You can use my discount code. That's JAEL-WS24 and get a discount, right? While supplies last, right? While supplies last. And I will definitely be seeing you at the White Sunset charity event in October. That's October 23rd. Come on down, guys. Come on down. Those of you who are logged in, good evening to you. Welcome. Checking out the folks who are coming on. Let me know where you're tuned in from. I'd love to know where you're connected. We'd love to know where our audience is from today or where we're connecting through to. So let me know. Send me a message and let us know where you're tuned in from. Those of you on Facebook, good evening to you. Those of you, I see a few folks have logged in on YouTube. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us. And of course, those of you who join us almost incognito on LinkedIn. I love it because nobody really knows you're there, right? You're just there. Nobody really knows, right? I want to welcome the folks on LinkedIn as well. I hope everybody had an awesome day. You were good to yourself today. I hope that you had a wonderful day, whether you were working or it was your day off. However you spent your day, I hope that you had a good time at least. And we're going to get this show on the road, right? We're going to get this show on the road. I want to welcome tonight. This evening, I have a few guests stopping through. Some of them have not come on as yet, but I feel like we have a few and we want to get rolling. So we have the men. The men are going to be joining us first, and then I'm hoping that the women can stop on at some point. Fingers and toes crossed, right? So without further ado, I want to welcome to the show. Don't want to keep it too long. I want to welcome to the show Mr. Wenham Dorset. Hello.
Hello.
How are
Thank you. I'm doing great.
It's good to have you.
Thank you again. It's good to be here.
Wenham, where exactly in the world are you?
Well, I am in Pembroke Pines, Florida.
Florida in the house. And tell
Yes.
us, first and foremost, tell us what year you attended Seafocal/Dominica State College.
Well, I attended Seafocal 1973 to 1974.
Wow.
I should say we were the guinea pigs. We were the first batch of students
The OGs.
at the
The
college.
OGs.
Yes.
The OGs of the college. Welcome to you, OG. Welcome.
Thank you.
Let's welcome some other folks joining us. We have Mr. Geoffrey Lafont. Good evening to you.
Hi, good evening, Jael.
How are you?
With the audience, I'm great, thanks.
Good, good. Where in the world are you right now?
I'm presently in Bridgetown, Barbados, as we speak.
Wow, Dominic, two part two and two, right? You understand
Yeah,
Creole?
yeah, I do, I do.
Okay. You look,
My kapal is Creole.
oh, you looked a little lost for a second there. Tell us what year you attended Sifokol slash Dominica Sifokol.
Well, at the time, it wasn't. It had just changed to the Clifton Dupini Community College. So I'm a little younger than Wenham, I must say, much younger than Wenham. So
That's
I was
better.
there between the years 1984 to 1986 at the Clifton Dupini Community College, as it was called at the time.
You say you're much younger than him. That was a long time ago. I was born in 1984. I was in diapers when you started. But
Yeah,
it's good to have you on.
thanks very much for having me.
You're most welcome. You're most welcome. Then we have Margaret. Margaret is joining us. Margaret, but I can't see your video. Your video is turned off, Margaret.
Okay, let me see.
So if you can try and turn it on, that would be great. I will wait on you. But in the meantime, I will welcome another guest. So we have Jan joining us. Hi, Jan.
Hi, good evening, Jael.
How are you?
I'm good, thanks, and you?
I'm doing well. It's good to have you here with us. I see the Dominica State College banner in the back. Can I make the assumption that you're in 767?
No, 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 I'm a fresh baby, just 2024.
No. So where are you now? Where are you located now?
I am in Dominica, Gallia. This is why
Mm.
I'm present.
Galeon,
Yes.
Galeon. What year did you attend Seafocal slash? Well, I guess you would have attended State College, right?
Yes, I attended in September 2022 and I completed just in July 2024.
Wow. So you're fresh.
Yes, I am.
All right. It's good to have you on here with me. Jan, I'm gonna try again for Margaret, but I see her camera is still turned off. Margaret, I want to recommend that you jump out and jump back on because your camera is still turned off. So let's try that. All right. Jump off and jump back on. I'm sure you can hear me, and we will. When I say jump off, get off the live, exit the program, and then come back on. All right. So we'll get started with the folks we have on here this evening. I am very happy to have all of you grace us with your presence. We're gonna be chatting all things, I guess, college, Sifokol, Dominica State College, and I'll probably start off with Jan, who is right here with me. He's already there, side by side. Last person I introduced, and I want to talk a little bit about your experiences or even some of your opportunities during your time at the college. What would you say was the most or what had the most impact on your personal and professional life in terms of the experiences you had in college?
I think that the experience of being a student ambassador that has really benefited me because first of all, you will have to complete 1 year at the college to become a student ambassador, and in your second year you will apply for that position. And lots of people apply, but only 15 students are selected thereabout. So I was very, very proud to be selected. So in my first year, I worked towards that goal because I said I want to be a student ambassador in my second year. So I really worked towards that goal and I was able to achieve that.
So you're pretty much telling us you do vin, right? You like
Yes.
fun. You do vin. Margaret just attempted to come on again, but we still cannot see her video. I'm gonna see if I can still talk to her. Margaret, we're not seeing your video, but we wanna bring you on because
Are
I
you
know
hearing me?
I'm hearing you. We're hearing you, and we'll just assume. We'll just put a visual to it. All right, but we're not able
It's
to.
showing the video. Yeah.
Yeah, we're not able to see you. I just want to welcome you to the show and
Thank you.
let us know where in the world are you located. Are you hearing me, Margaret?
Ah, yes, I am located in Texas.
Oh, nice, nice.
Yes.
And what year
She
did
can
you
hear me,
attend?
but she can see me. I attended Call in 1991 to 1993.
Nice,
Beginning
nice.
of the 90s.
Okay, well, welcome to the show. It's nice to have you.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. We're just starting out the conversation and we're trying to find out about the experiences or even opportunities that you had during your time in college. And we'll get started. We've already started with Jan, and I want to bring in Joffrey into the conversation as well. Joffrey, tell us a little bit about your experiences or even any opportunities you had and what really impacted you in terms of your personal or even your professional development.
Oh, that's, there's so many things I could talk about.
Well, just don't keep us here all night.
Um, I won't. The people I went to school with, my fellow students, I'd say they were very inspirational. I think I went to school with a very bright, inspiring bunch from all over Dominica. People I met from who came in from Portsmouth Secondary School, from Marigot, from the that area, from the girls and who came from convent, the guys and girls who came from the grammar school. So they were inspirational to me. My teachers, um, maybe call it a few, Felix Wilson who taught me chemistry. We had a Peace Corps who taught me physics, Mr. Moran, Mr. DeRose, who was a VSO, who came in from England, fresh from university. So
Mhm.
they were very, very inspirational. And because the state college, well, it wasn't a state college then, the Clifton Independent Community College was newly formed.
And yes,
Um,
the one.
our principal, Mr. Rupert Sorrento, tried his best, to make sure the school, was propelled forward with resources, with teachers, maybe Wenham didn't have when he went to school then. So, in all, the teachers and especially my fellow students were very inspirational towards me being who I was, helping me towards achieving, the best I could be.
Mhm.
And here I am today.
Wow, wow, that sounds wonderful. That sounds like a lovely story. I like the fact that you could still remember some of the teachers, and that really impacted your life during that very because a very short space of time, right? Most times people remember everything they did in high school, and then college is like in and out, especially if you do in some cases 1 year, in other cases two. I want to bring in Mr. Wenham to the conversation to find out because you went for 1 year, right? You did 1 year, and
Yes,
so tell us a little bit
I,
about.
I I did 1 year because it was really the inception of Sifokal. I did my first year, that is, we call it 6B. I did that at a Dominican grammar school, and then the fact that grammar school really was, I would want to say, science based, or everything science was there.
Mhm.
You find the students from the other six forms came there, to do the experiments and so forth. And uh, Mr. Goff, I think he was a Scotsman. Um, he was a physics teacher at grammar school, then the head teacher. And it was his brainwave to do that, bring everybody together.
Mm.
And we started the C4CAL. We actually started at the the school for the deaf,
That's what I
right
heard.
right next to the university center. At the time, it was called Extramural Center.
Hmm.
There was a little wooden building, and that's where we did our classes. And
Wow.
the camaraderie we had there was really good because seeing that we were not as settled as the people after us, like Joffrey and the younger guy there, we depended on each other. And as we go along, I'll let you know of some of the experiences, the rough times, the bad times, and
We're gonna talk about it all. We
you
want
know,
all the tea.
because we did have some challenges. We did have some challenges, and I'm very happy to see what it has turned out to be, how successful everything is right now.
Fantastic. Thank you very much for sharing that with us.
Mhm.
Margaret, I'm at you right now. So Margaret, um, hoping that you could share with us a little bit about, your own stories in terms of your experience and the impact that Sifoko had on you. Ooh, I think she's joining on a different device. Margaret, did you join on a different device? I think she joined. Let's see. I think she's coming on. Just give us a second. When I think she's ready, lots going on. So I just want to give her a moment to, to get herself organized. Just fix your camera a little bit. Just fix it up. Right. Perfect. Perfect. Just give me a thumbs up and I'll bring you on. Thumbs up and I'm bringing you on. I'm not seeing your thumb. So if you have, oh, perfect. All right. Hi, Margaret. Oh, I'm not hearing you. I'm not hearing you. There you go. Margaret has a crew helping her get organized. Still having difficulties hearing you. No, no, we can't hear you yet. We can hear you. We're gonna wait for let you get set up, let you get established and organize your audio and everything. We're gonna move on because we don't want to let the show lag. We know we have a short time and we want to keep people engaged throughout. Just looking at the people who are coming on. Don't forget to let us know where you're logged in from. I see Monique just joined and she's saying hi, Yan. Yan, so you got some cheerleaders with pom poms on, cheering you on the live. And anybody else who comes on, just drop us, let us know that you're there. Let us know where you're logged in from. Let us know if you're Dominican. Let us know if you're wherever you're logged in from. We would really like to know and be able to engage with you. Okay, so we spoke a little bit about the experiences, the opportunities that you guys had. But I'm interested to know about some of the challenges that you may have faced and how did you overcome those challenges during that time. And I want to Joffrey, your hair, so we'll start with you.
Oh, no problems. Well, the first challenge I would say was teachers and teachers who knew the Cambridge syllabus. So having a physics teacher come straight from university from the US, it was a little challenging for him, for sure. And then availability of teachers. I suspect in my first year we didn't have teachers for every subject, and I did the sciences. Then the next challenge was sharing the labs with the Dominica Grammar School. So we have to use the physics and chemistry labs at the Dominica Grammar School. So you could only use it when they were not using it.
So at that time, you were actually in Bafa State, right? You were.
We were in the technical wing behind the Dominica Grammar School. That's where
Okay, okay. We're trying to figure
yeah,
out that. Yes.
yeah. So that has been broken down now, but that's where we were. So teachers for one was a challenge. So not every subject you had teachers for. I
Mm-hmm.
think a little better in my second year, and teachers who knew the syllabus.
Mm-hmm.
Space, because you have about three or four classrooms, plywood separating them, so you could hear teachers on the other
Hear,
side.
that must have been so distracting.
It could have been, especially if you had vociferous teachers on the other side, and the
That
opposite.
sounds like me. I would be
Oh,
the problematic one.
thank God it wasn't that hot then, but like how it is now. But yes, so that was a challenge. Then Library. So we didn't have a library unless you went to the UE library up Bath Road, Bath, not closer to Bath Estate, heading to Emsall.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a challenge as well. Books, uh, research, reference books was a
I'm
challenge.
so interested to know, like, how did you even like access, like because now we have the internet. Listen, let me tell you, before something that a teacher says anything, sometimes like, because I'm an instructor, and sometimes before I say something, I can see students like, you know, they're like on it, right? So I'm interested to know, how did that work out for you in those days when that wasn't readily available?
Boy, you're sending me 40 years back, making me say my age on the air. But you had the public library, the few reference texts from university. If you're lucky, and I was pretty lucky that I had an aunt who traveled a bit, so I did have reference books, other texts from other sources, I had in my arsenal. So I was lucky in that respect, but the people, we did not have the internet then. So everything was paper based, and memory based, as opposed to hitting a button and getting information right there and then. So these were minor, well, I should say minor challenges, major challenges then, which you had to overcome. Then
Mm-hmm.
if you didn't have a class, then you have to ask the aspect of space. What do you do in your free time? Where do you go to sit down to
Mhm.
um, work or extra work or study quietly until your next class.
I have a feeling y'all got in trouble.
Trouble, not major trouble. As I said, the people I went to school with were very. I'm proud to say they were well behaved. I must say, and they were well driven. So
That's
they very well inspired. We really inspired each other to do well. So in free time we do extra work. We play like everything else. As part of the college, then I had a football team, cricket team, netball team. So people we did participate in sports otherwise,
mhm.
but the tuition was a challenge with regards to teachers, space, and resource material. Of the top of my head, I could tell you at the moment.
Thank you very much for sharing that with us. Um, Jan, I want to bring you on because you're like a baby when it comes to that.
Yes.
So you could enlighten those that were there 40 years ago, because I'm sure things have changed. But doesn't mean that
Yes.
you don't have
Really.
any challenges, right? Can you share with us if you had any challenges in your last 2 years? How were you able to overcome them if you had any challenges?
Well, the major challenges that we had at the time I was going to school was the infrastructure. Some of the classes lack ceilings and fans and lights, but they are working on that now. That is done. So at the time, the classes were very hot and you cannot bear yourself. So you were not in the right frame of learning, especially during the afternoon times. How we overcome that is we had to go home and do work on our own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So these are the
Wow.
few challenges that I had during my time.
Wow. That sounds uncomfortable. Like being in a hot classroom with other folks. How were you
Yes.
able to learn, like, or even stay focused?
Well, I find the lecturers, they try to make it interactive and they wouldn't last like for the entire period. So they'll make it shorter so you will spend less time in the heat. Yeah. And they try to make it engaging.
All right, that's good. Thank you for sharing that with us. Wenham, how about you? What were some of the challenges you had when Sifukal was a baby?
Well, one of our major challenge was teachers. I was a bit surprised to hear that Geoffrey, who was say 10 years after me, had the same problem. And I singled out mathematics as the most challenging one because Incidentally, that was my favorite subject. And
Mm.
the guy who taught us in 6B, and when the college started, he must have done probably 1 day to a week. He was a VSO called Pat Martin. I think he was one of the best math teachers that I ever came across. But he opted to leave that education to go to Christian education, and he was more involved in Christianity, and at that time. So we did not have a math teacher in the first term in Sifokal.
Wow.
Then we had a gentleman called I think it's Adrian Peters. I think he came in, but then he had to go off. I think at that time it was to do his doctorate. So we were alone. But we did it ourselves. I mean, the mathematics, you simply just look at the text and you sit together, and the team, the other members of the class, the team, we all work together and help each other. And so for that, the rest of that term, we had no mathematics teacher. And then in January of the next year, we had a guy came from England. I think his name was Kenneth Peters. And he helped us, and I may have been a difficult kid because
Me?
he he tried to put me out of a class for not doing homework. I say, you just came for the last term. If I can do the problem, I'm not doing it for homework. I do things that are challenging. If it's not challenging and I can do it, I'm not going to do it to hand it in for marks. And in the end, I think we got on the best. But
You caved.
yes, because we had a good team of guys. They would come together, and we would if someone has a problem, someone would take it and try to resolve it. And the mathematics classes was the most difficult. And then, of course, our location. We were in that little building, probably maybe 2 or 3 rooms it had at that in this wooden building. We did some classes at the extramural center, and you find teachers had to come across from convent, some from grammar school, and get there to give us the classes on time. So that was challenging, but I give thanks to all the brothers and sisters who were there with me, because we worked as a team, and we helped one another.
I'm
And
interested to know. I'm very interested to know because they say curiosity killed the cat. So guess I'm going to be a dead cat tonight. I want to ask. I want to ask Jan a question as it relates to what you just mentioned. Specifically, Jan, what would you do, or what would you have done in the last 2 years if you did not have a teacher or class that you were supposed to do? I'm just interested to know, what would you do, or what would you have done?
What would I have done? I would have probably stayed waiting for that teacher to come.
For a whole year?
So wait some more. We'll have to find a lecturer.
I purposely asked because I wanted to show the difference in how
Yes.
people are so different. Like here you have Wenham who was like, "Oh, we're gonna work together," and even making banter with the teacher, saying, that's too easy, give me that for homework." Whereas in your situation, I could just imagine y'all probably would start rapping. Y'all would make a bouillon music, or y'all probably make a bouillon track during the time, right? That's crazy. That is. How about you, Joffrey? What would you have done in those days? Would it be
Um,
similar?
I'm similar to Wenham. We work together. So what a teacher could not teach, and we had that, a special mathematics teacher. I forgot her name, Miss Michaud. She was a young lady. She maybe just came from university, and not all aspects of the syllabus she could teach. So we taught ourselves, and
Mm-hmm.
we had, a few of us did further maths in second year sixth form, and further maths wasn't taught. So one, I remember asking our teacher in second year sixth form, if he could teach one aspect of the syllabus, but he took a month to do it. We had to tell him thank you very much. You're taking too long. So we teach ourselves, and that's what we did, because we could not you could not always depend on the teacher to do everything.
Why do you think it was so important for you to just learn it though? Like, because like I look at students, and I mean I have a son, so I have a 13-year-old, and if you don't tell him go read his book, he'll stay playing video games all day, all night. Like, not that he's not capable of doing his work, but that is just somebody has said to me, "Oh, doesn't your children do extracurricular activities? Video game? That's the extracurricular activities, right? In your days, um, would you say that academia was more important than now? Like what are your
I,
views on
I
that?
don't want to say it's more important than now because we had
Or
social
even
life.
even more, or given more? I probably used the wrong word.
We live balanced lives. I played cricket. I played youth cricket for Dominica. I played football as well. Played volleyball as well. And the other people at school played as well. And
Mm-hmm.
we were self motivated to learn and wanted to do and be the best we could possibly be. We knew our backgrounds. I knew well I had to get a scholarship to go and study because no one was going to pay for it for me. So we had to work, and we had social lives as well. So people motivated, whether you had a teacher or not. You pick up a syllabus and you see the aspect of the syllabus you want to move on to, or the teacher could not teach it. You get someone else to teach it to you. I remember a good friend, Zed Lloyd. He thought he was a big mathematician. He used to come and help out the teacher to teach because he was older, and that's what happened. So people who learned faster helped out the people, who were not dressed as quick, or who were
Mm-hmm.
not picking up as quick. And we did that, and we pulled our resources together. We put our heads together with regards to helping each other out, whether or not a teacher was there or whether or not the teacher was teaching what was supposed to be taught. So there was a lot of self motivation.
Wow. That's beautiful to hear. I know Sandra Margaret is here. Margaret,
Yes.
that's okay. Technology is technology in.
Yes.
Okay. And that's okay. You were able to make it. So good evening to you. Welcome. Can you hear
Hello,
me okay?
hello. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
I'm hearing you loud and
Yes.
yay. Yay.
Third laptop of the evening. Third is the charm.
That's right. That's right. We definitely, you came in right around the time when we're, discussing, some of the challenges that you may have faced in college, in your time at college. You've already introduced yourself. Yes, you were off video when you did, but now we're getting to see you and talk to you directly. But can you share with us any challenges that you faced when you attended college, and how did you overcome these challenges?
Well, first off, you're coming right out of high school where I had a mom that did everything for me. She woke me up in the morning and then I have to leave Wesley, go down to Roseau. You're not no longer 5 minutes from the school because we had a little shortcut we used to just run down the hill and I'm at the school. And so now I'm living a little way off from the school. And then I have to get up and be responsible for my own breakfast, be responsible for waking up. The first few weeks, she called me every morning. So the first few weeks, she had to call every morning so that I could wake up to get there on time. And that worked out for a while. And then after a while, when she would call out, we already up and already took my shower. So she kind of stopped that. But yeah, she had to wake me up. And then I used to go up every weekend. And when I go up on weekends, I used to eat my food. Then when my dad come home, I would eat from his food and I would eat
They
from
say,
yes, I used to go by my great grandmother. I used to eat over there. And my dad, that he was just, oh, let her eat.
Who take up a mise?
It's just that because by then you kind of was responsible for feeding yourself, whereas you left the home where you had everything made for you. You know, breakfast was made, lunch was made, dinner was made, and then now you come like it's like you're a little adult on your own. So I'd go up on weekends. Oh, I used to take up my laundry too when I go up on weekends.
Who take gate?
I used to take up clothes to wash, and then pick up a new set. You go back down on Sunday afternoon, the weekend, and yeah, it was like that for a while. I can't even recall washing clothes down there. I used to, yeah, bring my clothes up on weekends. So that was the biggest part was adjusting to
Wow.
life on your own away from home. That was the biggest.
Wow. How about in school? Like any challenges that you faced while you were in like on the compound, whether it was with classes, teaching,
Classes were a little bigger than we were used to because I came from St. Andrews and our classes were relatively small compared to, but
Mhm.
so the classes were bigger. And in one of my classes, I had three people who came from my high school. So it was kind of good. And then we assimilated well in terms of making friends. It's not like I lacked friends. I had a lot of friends. I
Mhm.
ran track, so that kind of gave me a little, cushion.
It
I
was community.
Yes, I
Mhm.
went to netball practice the first time when netball started. And when I saw the amount of girls that were there, I said, there's no way I'm going to play on a team with so many girls. I was just looking at it like I came from a team where I knew my place on the netball team. I was goal shoot. And then I go down there and you have about 10 girls practicing goal shoots. I'm like, no. So I didn't show up for the first, after that first practice, I didn't show up. So the first game, went to Windsor Park and the game about is that. And who is the referee for that game? Teacher Sandra Green from Margaret. She looked up and she saw when I came in. And she said, why aren't you in uniform? And I said, I'm not on the team. And she said, why? And then she said, see me afterwards. So of course I left in the third quarter. Yeah, I wasn't about to stay. I left in the third quarter. So I
You
didn't
were
see
going to get
her again.
quaff and you ran away.
Yes, because I wasn't playing netball and she didn't understand why I wasn't on the netball team. So
Wow. Well, thank you very much.
track. I did run track because coming from high school, people like Lobie, Mr. Low Black knew I ran track. And so in the beginning, it was whenever I would not go to practice, whenever he'd see me around town, why aren't you coming to practice? Why aren't you practicing? So then I did end up running track and it was fun.
That's going to be a very nice segue into my next question. But before I get to that question, people are on the live and people are commenting and people are talking. They're talking to themselves. They're answering themselves. So I want to get in on the conversation that's going on the live. So um, Annadale is locked in from New Jersey. She's saying hi. Mervin is locked in from Tallahassee, Florida. Annadale just gave me 50 stars. Thank you, Annadale. Garth is here. Garth Liebert, Florida is also locked in. Princess Me is saying hi to Jan. Playmaker Deluge wants to hang out with my friends and not getting distracted on campus on the state college can definitely be a challenge. Iola just jumped on and she says, class of 98 in the building. Um, so folks are coming on and they're chatting. And don't forget, guys, if you're coming on, let us know where you're from. Let us know if you went to CFO Call or Dominica State College. We want to know and we want to be able to chat with you. Even if you're on the chat, we can still communicate with you. There's nobody who's commented yet on the YouTube, but I just want to still say good evening to the YouTube folks. And if you want to throw in a comment or a question here and there, you can definitely do so. So, Margaret,
Oh, they're actually a group of us who went to sixth form together. And so we have a little Texas community and we meet every Memorial Day, the last Monday in May. Yeah, and we meet up somewhere close to Dallas, Fort Worth area. And it's like the whole little
whole gang.
gang.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's awesome. I want to talk a little bit about your college community. And one of the things before I went over to the chat, you were talking about being on or being interested in track or even netball. So when I say the community, I'm thinking about clubs, mentors, friends, and so on and so forth. How did all of that contribute to your overall experience or even your success? Because oftentimes you hear people say, I don't have time for all of these things. I want to, and even before you came on, Geoffrey mentioned, the fact that he played cricket and the fact that he did all of these other things. How would you say that essentially contributed to your experience or even your success?
Yeah, I think you have to be well rounded and you can't just be in books, 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 books. So I hit the books, yes, but I felt like track was my breather. So you come home from school, you go to track, you practice, you go back home, you do your homework. And even when I came to the US and went to college, I continued running track. And it's one of those things where you it the academic part is great, but it can't be all because it helps you
You
to
can still say why. Like, why do you
because
feel
it helps you to be a to be to like so now you come into the workplace and you have to learn to multitask.
like?
And so doing track and doing academics is one of the ways that we multitask.
Mhm.
So it's because you can't just be here on the straight path on just one sided. It has to you have to have a little bit of both because when I did chemistry, math, biology, and then we had the English that we had to do the AO level English. And those were three heavy hitters. And so you can't just be in the books, books, books. You have to have something to wind down. Track was my wind down.
Thanks for sharing that with us, Margaret. I want to bring in when I'm on the conversation. When I'm, what was it for you?
Well, one of the things again in my year, I mean, we were all fighting for one scholarship. Only one scholarship was issued, and that was the Island Scholarship.
Wow.
Everybody else was on their own. So we could not afford to fail. We had to fight. We had to do our academics, and one of the ways, as I said before, mathematics was my thing. One of the things that we did is I don't know if Geoffrey ever did that, but we did what is called spotting, and we were able to go through the last maybe six papers. It was at that time it was A levels, maybe the last 6 years, and we could come up with at least 3 or 4 problems that really took the same format because there's only so much I can ask you. They may change the words, the letters, the different storyline, but it is the same formula to get it out. So we did those type of things, but it was very challenging for us. One one scholarship, one, and that was the Island Scholarship. So
Who got it that?
because
Who got it
sorry,
that? Who got it?
in my year, it was Linda Griffin,
Wow.
Dr. Griffin's daughter,
Wow.
and she was an art student, and of course, we thought that art was,
Don't,
that
don't
science
even
was
go there. Don't even go there.
because so, but people had to go out on their own. If you have if you have family in England, you would probably go out there because I went out to England myself after working for a while in Dominica.
Mhm.
Some people went off to the States, but it was and no parent could have sent their child to university, and
During those times,
during those times, no, yeah, I mean maybe a few doctors could have done it, but everybody was dependent on that one scholarship. So it was climbing up and up. We were not as
as
organized.
slippery pole, like Mr. Macmillan would say.
We were not as organized in the after school activities as such because we were pretty small,
Okay.
and we still type of drifted to our former alma mater whenever we had those things. So we kind of went back to the grammar school to.
Mm.
So our guys played for the grammar school football and cricket, and the girls went back to convent. But the college itself did not really have any
So,
team at that time.
so are you saying though, because it was so competitive, that you guys never really took the extracurricular activities or even things like clubs um, or sports as serious as academia? Is that what you're saying?
That's not the reason behind it. I think it's because again, at that time, we were just coming together because, for instance, let's say my math class had say 20 people.
Mm-hmm.
I only knew 4 or 5 who were the grammar school guys.
Mm.
The other guys, so we did not have the time there to kind of network and get together to form a college team. And again, even with the leaders would probably be uh, uh, one of the teachers would maybe be our coach, and they were not really assigned to the college.
Mm.
Like a grammar school teacher would come and teach chemistry,
Mm.
a convent teacher would come and teach literature. So that's how it was that time. But one thing though, we mainly did Monday to Friday school, Monday to Thursday, you did homework and schoolwork. The weekend was ours. You just go out on the town and let off the steam.
Wow. Thank you for
So
sharing that with us. Jan, I wanna bring you in. What was it like for you in terms of your last 2 years? Did you join any clubs? Kind of just express with to us some of the your college community and even how that contributed to your experience or even your success at State College.
Yes, so at the Dominican State College, I was in a lot of clubs.
Mm.
I was part of the environmental club. I was the treasurer for that club from September. When I entered, I moved into the position and I started doing things for the environmental club. So I took that leadership position. Quickly thereafter, I was in the business league. I was an active member, helping organizing activities along with Ashton McDougall. Um, I was also the president of the DSC Credit Unit, now the DSC Multipurpose Credit, the DSC Multipurpose Cooperative. So it was formerly a credit unit, now it's a multipurpose cooperative. And yeah, I was part of dance club too, helping them in their production, etc. So I
How
was
you
part of a lot
how
of
you call them?
things.
When did you have time for school?
I do have time. It's like balancing your time. So there are designated times for clubs. So on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So you could join at least 2 clubs for a week, but I was in more than 2. So I will go this club this week. Next week I will not go this one, and this is how I balanced.
Mm. All right. Thanks for
Yes.
sharing that with us. Geoffrey, I want to bring you in. And about you playing cricket and stuff. Was that part of the community that you formed at college, or was it part of your extracurricular activities, so to speak? And if so, how did that contribute to your own experience or your overall success at college or even in life? Because oftentimes you hear people saying, like if I didn't play cricket, I would not understand how to be disciplined and how to do this and how to, because you have to wake up at that time. How did that contribute to your overall
Well,
experience?
let me start by saying I played sports all my life, from the cradle at a cricket bat. So I love cricket, and because I was from the Newtown Savannah area, I played football as well. You didn't have a choice, so I
Mhm.
played both cricket and football all my life. Coming to sixth form, I think I played more cricket than football. I did play some football. Uh, it Sports allows for a camaraderie, discipline, for sure. Uh, Social networking, being able to uh, network for sure, as Margaret said earlier. You meet people, conflict resolution. You learn that through sports, and maybe I might just deviate a little bit. What I learned from playing sports is having to go into postgrad in the UK. I had a job, and I had to meet my head of department, and my interview was half an hour. And if I told you what my interview was on for half an hour, you wouldn't believe.
You're all talking about cricket and West
He,
Indies
he,
and
he
England.
spoke to me about cricket. And I could not understand why he spoke to me about cricket until I asked another consultant, but why did this man speak to me about cricket? He didn't ask me what I could do, my knowledge, anything. And she said, Jeffrey, all he wants to know is, are you someone he wants to work with? So sports is, and I've recognized that employers don't only want to see academics, because everybody will get A's, everybody will get a degree. They want to know, are you a team player?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, can you network? Are you someone they want to work with? Are you sociable?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's maybe a takeaway for younger person like Jan. And you don't have to just play sports, but getting active, whether you sing, whether you dance, whether youth group, credit club, a 4-H club, but it shows another aspect of you other than just the academics. And yes, I worked hard at the community college I went to at the time. Yes, I wanted to get a scholarship because, like, when there was only one scholarship, and that was the Island Scholarship, which everyone wanted. Okay, but I still made sports part of me because it gave you a release, helps you with your discipline, so that when you have to finish playing, you take a shower, you could put in more work and more effort as opposed to spending all your time just trying to work. So absolutely, sports was a major part of my life, and I'll tell you, it is still a major part of my life because I still play cricket every weekend.
Wow. Wow. That is awesome to hear. I love the fact that did that teacher end up teaching you? Like you that professor was did that
Well, right. So I was working at a hospital in the UK. So
Mhm.
yes, he was the head of department. So yes, I worked
Oh,
with him.
so
So he just wanted to know about me.
because your resume had everything that like at the end of the and oftentimes we think that we must always be selling ourselves when we go for a position or a job or we're pursuing a specific career, and even like we say things have changed now, but it sounds very similar to me for you back then. Here is this person who is just like, hey, tell me, like, what do you do for fun? Like, which is essentially what he asked, right? What did you do for fun? And you probably spoke about cricket, and then it went down, and y'all probably spent the entire half an hour talking about cricket. But your resume told him everything he needed to know academically about you, and essentially, people sometimes are looking for the right people to add value to their team, and what you bring to the table is so much more important than what you can do, or what you know about, so it's so important. I love the fact that you said that and you brought that up. That is so super super important. I also, while I have you on, because I like to just do that, throw it out there, throw the question right to you. um is there anything you felt that you wish that you could have done differently during your college years to better prepare you for your career? Because oftentimes in those years they are like the times for you to probably explore, make mistakes. You kind of adulting. You're an adult, but you're still like under your parents' supervision to some extent. Is there anything that you wish you could have done differently during those years?
I had a fantastic 2 years at the community college, as it was then. There's not a lot I would have done differently. Outcome was fantastic. Maybe public speaking. I think I was a little shy with regards to public speaking at the time. So that would have maybe been the only thing I would have changed.
why you,
Opportunities
why
to.
you feel like public speaking specifically? Like did you have a situation where or did you ever feel that, hey, you could have done so much better in a public
Never,
setting? speaking?
It never really affected me in my life. I'm going forward, whether medical school or post grad or even where I am in life right now. But I never felt the most comfortable being a public speaker.
Mm,
And maybe if I had more opportunity to do it then and taken up more opportunities then, uh, that's the only thing. But I had a fantastic 2 years at the state college. There's nothing I regret about this, being there, the people I met, the teachers I had, my experiences, and the outcome, which I'm happy about.
wow, thank you for sharing that with us. How about you, Margaret? Oh, sorry, you're on mute. Let's go. Unmute you. Yeah.
One of the things that I wish was different was just knowledge. So the way that State College was, well, CFOCOL was set up at the time when I went. So we had to choose, we could choose three subjects and then you had to do English. Now I talked about doing track in Dominica, but I wish that I had more information as to what was going to happen post CFOCOL. For Wayne and they had when I'm sorry, I call it Winger. They had one scholarship they were going after. In our year was when they started the cohort of people who went to some went to that school in Texas and some went to Louisiana. Yeah,
Grambling. So there was Grambling. There was
right. So
uh,
the man came down. I think it was he came in our first year or second year, but we had gone and he met with us as a group and they talked about the opportunities that we had to go away. It turned out I had filled out the scholarship, the paper, and then I ended up leaving before it came to fruition. I have a different. My experience is sort of different when it comes to what happened post sixth form. But this is where DISA comes in really handy in terms of the people now can get information from DISA. I when I left Dominica, so we were used to you got a scholarship. So I got a scholarship to go to high school because I came out between 1 and 50 in common entrance, and that year they gave 50 scholarships, and then I think up to 99 got a bursary.
yes.
And
That was for me too.
right. And then when you graduated from high school, if you had, I think it was 3 1s or 2 1s, but it had to be
Maths and English.
right, you got a scholarship to go to sixth form.
Hmm.
And so I thought that was how people got scholarships. So I came to America, went to college, and did not realize that you had to now go and apply for scholarships. And you can go on and get a sports scholarship. So I ran track in the US and walked onto the track team. Like once the track an athlete, always an athlete, saw them working out, went out, talked to the coach, asked him how I could join, and I joined. And it wasn't until I was a senior, because he would always say things like, "Oh, I want you guys to be like Margaret. I want only A's and B's, and I want good grades because when you're running track to keep up with NCAA, you must have a good GPA." And so he would always tell that we studied a study group and we did all of that. And I was a senior in college when he came and said, "Margaret, I didn't see your name on the scholarship list." And I said, "I'm not on scholarship." And he said, "What do you mean?" I said, "I'm not on scholarship." I said, "Remember I walked onto your track team?" And he said, "I thought that was a joke." I said, "No." And so this whole time, I
You could
maneuvered
have gotten a scholarship, which would have helped you.
yeah, and so that's when I was a senior when I found out how the scholarship system worked in America.
Wow, wow, that is gems. Y'all
So
hear it? Those of you on
those
those
kind
younger ones.
of I wish we had back then. But then DISA is doing a very good job. Like there's a symposium coming up in October where
Yes.
we're going to have all the kids from the high school and state college, things like that. Rings like sings music to my ears because I wish I had those kind of information when I
Yes.
was
Yes.
at
So for those of you who are just joining us, what Margaret essentially is speaking about is in the first week, I believe it's the Monday leading up to the event, which is on the Wednesday. That is the last full week in October. There'll be a symposium. It's a collaboration with I believe it's the American Canadian University,
yeah.
and as well as the Dominica State College, where students, high school, college, doesn't matter, once you're interested in pursuing something beyond where you're at in that
Now.
moment, it's an opportunity for you to come and network. A lot of young people, Gen Zs, are terrified of networking. I don't know what is the problem. Like why they so scared? I think probably a huge part of it has to do with screens.
Yeah.
So you can network, you can get to meet people who might be in the same field as you might be considering. They can mentor you into picking out the best universities, where offers scholarships, where who you can connect with, even who you can stay by when you're in transit. Like all of these things, you get to have a really good mentorship arrangement or situation, or just come and get information for yourself on that Monday. So we didn't want to miss that. And thanks, Margaret, for bringing that in so we could plug that in right there. And this is something that the organization does. So thanks for sharing that with us. I want to bring in Wenham um, to speak to us about anything that you feel you could have done differently during your years, that would have probably better prepared you for your career.
I I think I did what I had to do the best I could. Um, Differently was maybe being a bit more dedicated to some of the to my goals. Like I wanted to be an engineer. Probably I should have spent more time, doing some. If I could have get attachment to probably the engineering institutions at home, maybe the WASCO, DAMLEC, which would give me a better footing for when I move forward. Um, but I want to mention also that I missed it before. I was very much involved in drama because I actually was with although we were at the college, I was still with the Dominica Grammar School Drama Club. We put on a number of plays under Alwyn Bully. I was also with the People's Action Theatre.
Mm-hmm.
So probably theatre could have helped, and if I'd done more guidance for theatre, that could have helped me. And but all in all, I believe my path through the college, as challenging as it was, with the help of my classmates and so forth, I think we did a good thing, and I think I did a good thing. I want to mention that I heard Margaret talk about getting scholarships. I'm not I'm not patting myself on my shoulder, but I saw someone who's listening maybe mention it to me when I did my common entrance in 1966. There were 35 scholarships, and or 30, and I actually came number one on that common entrance list, and I'm trying to get the clipping from the newspaper, and if anyone can help me to get it from the Chronicle, I want to get it to frame it because
You, you
mine got
wanna
lost.
you wanna pump your chest a little bit, eh?
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
but
spoken like a true drama king.
but drama was a good field for me. I enjoyed drama. I enjoyed drama, and Alvin was a master at it. So the extracurricular, I did that there, and that helped me also, to that helped me as I moved on because I was able to make friends and uh, fit into communities which I was not familiar with
Mm-hmm.
because of the that drama background. So
Fantastic.
that
I
helped me
actually
moving
didn't know what
forward.
what did you end up doing in your career?
Oh, I did electrical engineering,
Look at that.
but I actually but the thing is, in my day, I probably worked for 4 years in Dominica to raise enough funds to actually pay my way for the first year because I actually paid the first year from my pocket. And
Wow.
I went to Middlesex University, and then later on in life, I did a master's with in business administration with UE
Lisa
in
said you
Barbados. So,
earned your stripes, my boy. You earned your stripes.
well, I'm advanced in age now,
Mm. That
so
but somebody help him find that clipping. so we can all see it. 'Cause I think it will be all over Facebook. Thank you very much for
Uh,
sharing that with us, Wenham.
you're
Yeah,
welcome.
you have for this question, you have the final response. In terms of if you're just out of college, and I know from my experience, I mean I'm not just out of university, but when I did attend university, I remember saying, "Boy, I wish I had done this, and I wish I had socialized." I honestly, people think I'm a social butterfly, but I wish I had socialized more because I see a lot of the students I went to school with, like they've stayed together in cliques and they do things like what Margaret talked about. And besides the fact that I was a little older than them, but I felt like I could have mixed in, but you almost feel like, oh, you're left out. You're left out of. I wish I had socialized a little bit more. Were there any things that you wish that you'd done in college? Because you seem like you were very busy. But were there any things that you wish that you'd done during your years that would better prepare you for where you're at right now in life?
Yes, I had to think hard about that question. Like, what? Because I just finished college just a few months ago. But
Mm.
what I'll say is that I should have been part of the debate club because I felt I would have already been a good debater. So I
Mm.
should have really been part of the debate club. And also, the other thing is that I should take a course in marketing because I had the option of taking a management course or marketing course. Now looking back, I think I should have taken that marketing course. Yes. So that are my biggest regrets.
Why you felt that the marketing course would, that's what I teach, so I'm now intrigued, right? Why you felt it was necessary for you to take, or why you feel now you should have taken a marketing course?
I think that I'm a natural marketer. If I can say that. So whenever I'm selling, you will buy. So that kind of thing. I
So
just
you
feel
can you
like
can you can sell
I
sand
should
to
have
the beach.
taken marketing.
You can sell sand to the beach pretty
Excuse
much.
me?
You can sell sand to the beach.
Yes. So tonight I'm looking forward to selling White Summer Sunset to your audience.
Yes, definitely. Thank you very much,
That's
Jan.
for the future.
Thank you very much. I want to go to the chat. A few folks have been agreeing. Dr. Laura tuned in. He's logged in from Atlanta, class of 1984. Um, we have Playmaker saying was shocked at that there was only one scholarship. Sports is fundamental in Dominica. As a youth, majority of us youth, we play sports. Also adding that I never knew that there was a sixth form. Only went through 5 years of high school unless someone repeated a form. So folks are on there. We go making the final question of the evening, and we wrap up. So those of you who are just logging on, we're talking about experiences by different years of people, alumni of the Dominica State College slash Seafocal slash Clifton Dupini Community College. So it's a whole juboom going on here. And we're just talking a little bit about, their life at school, some of the things that they enjoyed, and some of the challenges that they may have faced. And my final question, Jan, you're right there with me. So I would like to get a feel or get an understanding of how did, because you're very fresh out of school, and I know sometimes when we leave college we still don't know what we want to do next, right? We're still not sure. I mean, you did say, you probably should have taken marketing. I don't know if that's the path that you want to be heading down. I don't know what your career goals are, but you may be able to share that with us. How would you say your college education influence your current path? And would you mentioned not picking, you should have picked marketing over management, but would you have chosen the same courses or the same field if you had to go back? If I gave you,
I
if
believe
I gave you, if I gave you a do over.
I would do the same courses that I did. I studied accounting and I really felt that it put me on the right career path. Do I want to do it in the future? I don't know so much. But currently, yes, it has helped me in my career so far. I've just picked up a job at the Dominican State College as an accounts cashier. So studying accounting, it really helped me.
Mm. Congratulations to you on your new role,
Thank
and
you.
thank you very much for sharing that with us, Margaret. Share with us about your career path, and if you had to get a do over, would you have chosen the same path that you did?
So I eat, sleep, dream biochemistry. So I would still, I don't know anything else.
Hmm.
So it would still be, maybe I would do like in, like, the biomedical engineering or biochemical engineering along that path instead of just majoring in biochemistry when I went to university. So, but that boils back down to that knowledge. If you had more knowledge of things and how things work and what was out there, so but it would still be along the biology chemistry pathway,
Hmm.
but maybe it would be a different career choice in the end.
What do you do now?
I'm a biology professor at college.
Wow, wow. You enjoy this?
Oh yes, I taught eat sleep dream biochemistry, so I teach anatomy and physiology and microbiology, so I'm not one of the light professors because they have to go through me to go to nursing school and medical school and pharmacy and kinesiology and all of that,
It's
and
like hit and miss with you.
yeah. So but I would still go along that path of biology chemistry. Maybe the actual pinnacle of that career would have been something different, but I
Mm.
can't see myself doing anything else.
Okay. Joffrey, how about you?
Boy, that's a long story. Um, Medicine was not my first choice. So medicine was maybe an afterthought. So I won the Island Scholarship in '86, and
Congratulations. See,
my
let us give you a clap now. Let's give you a clap. We're giving you a clap. Yes.
uh, my plan was to do engineering, but there's so many guys around the time doing engineering. I was like, oh gosh, to come back and cannot find a job. So what can I do to maybe come back and work for myself? And I decided I'll go and do medicine,
Mm.
and that's because of the lack of how should I put it counseling we had at the time at the college. So there are no college fairs, no
Okay.
professional
Yeah.
fairs. So to counsel students leaving school, what are the avenues you could possibly go with the subjects you have done? I heard about actual science. I read about it, but I didn't know too much about it. And I love maths. Maths was my dream. But I'm like, can I come back to Dominica to be an actual scientist? I said, to hell with it. Sorry for the language, but I'll go into medicine. At least I could come back and work for myself. And I end up in medicine. Would I do medicine again? Maybe not. Um,
Wow.
but I've enjoyed every minute of it, I'll tell you. So it was challenging at the start because I never did biology at sixth form. So I went into medicine without a biology background.
So, would
Chemistry
you say you would have gone if you had to do a do over? You'd probably just become an engineer.
that, or maybe actuarial science, or maybe data science or something, because there are so many more avenues with
So many
mathematics
fields.
nowadays. But it's the lack of knowledge then, as
The,
opposed to
not, the lack of guidance, I think, is like
lack of knowledge, one, and the
one
lack of guidance,
guidance. Yeah.
because there are counseling fairs, there are school fairs now where people, could, very well come and advise students in terms of career choices. Never had that. I chose medicine.
Somebody say you're the doctor of doctors. Listen, because
Tell them,
before you
tell
came on, we
them,
had junior doctors. They know all your business. All their
tell them
business.
thank you. So I would have, if I had to go to medicine, maybe I would have done biology at sixth form.
Mm,
I did 2 days of biology at sixth form and I dropped out because I was doing 3 other subjects already. Uh,
mm-hmm.
the only difference. Or maybe I would not have done medicine. I would have done something else.
Wow. Well, that's interesting to know. Thank you for sharing that with us. Wenham, how about you?
I think if I had to do it again, I would still do engineering. I believe I benefited quite a lot from the engineering. It allowed me to know Dominica because I worked with the power company there for a number of years, and I literally went to every nook and cranny of Dominica, electrifying city, different villages and cities. Um, I enjoyed it. I got to meet people. You know, it's not just visiting the village; it's knowing the village.
Mm-hmm.
And I must say that I know Dominica.
Mm.
And my field um, made that happen. Uh, One regret I may say is that I probably should have in spare time do law because when I did my master's program, I just fell in love with the law course, and I would have done that as a secondary because so maybe in retirement I'd have something to do because law, you always need a lawyer. Probably with the engineering, you may not
Yeah.
still be able to do all the designs you wanted to do, or those young people with their AutoCAD and all different electrical systems will move faster than me. But I'm thankful for how it turned out in life. I enjoyed it. Um, and at this stage of my life, I think I'm satisfied. I saw you call up my nephew there. I think I have a number of my sons there listening. My I have some good friends there listening. So I'm getting some comments there. Sometimes you see me smile. It's a comment someone said to me, but I would have done the same thing
Okay.
and probably include law because
Mm.
law is interesting.
I'm glad
So,
to that you guys could share. You guys are part of this extended family. You know, the Dominica Call Alumni Association. You all have come together from all different years, going back from the inception all the way to today. 2024, and you guys have formed this really nice network that not only do you are you interested in sharing stories or of your successes or even going out to Lime in Texas together or just meeting up for drinks or whatnot, but you are on a journey to give back to your community, to give back to the school, to give back to the less fortunate, and as a result, White Sunset event is the highlight of this year. We want to definitely give it some time to shine, because it's not your regular wash your foot and come and have fun. It is definitely an event that is established for the purpose of giving back, right? And if you never give your 10% for the year, that is an opportunity for you to give a percentage, right? And look at it that way. You can look at it from that perspective because oftentimes they say, render to Caesar what is due unto Caesar. And some of us who don't go to church, who don't tithe, who don't do these things, we're living our life like birds on the tree and not thinking about the other people who are probably less advantaged or disadvantaged, and are unable to probably make ends meet or live in homes, group homes, or live in infirmaries and all of these different things. And I love what you guys are doing. And I want to, first of all, I want to say thank you for entrusting me as one of your ambassadors for your event, because I think it is a noble event. I think it's an elevated event, the caliber of people. It's a great opportunity to network. It's a great opportunity to meet like-minded people. You don't have to wonder about what conversation you're going to have. You know the conversation is going to be good, right? Because we have people who are doctors, lawyers, engineers, and all of these wonderful things from all across the world who are just happen to be Dominican, coming together on October 23rd. And at this time, I want to encourage folks, if you've not purchased your ticket yet, and I know Margaret, you kind of brought it in at every chance you can. I want to bring you back on, because you seem like you are the cheerleader for the group. I want to bring
I
you back
try.
to kind of just share with us, your final words in terms, or and everybody else can chime in, but just give us, what some of the expectations are for folks who are just who are interested, who are intrigued, who may have just loved all of these different stories. Some of them might be jaloux because they never experienced it like me, and others are just looking forward to somewhere that they can go the week of. Like I tell people, Dominica has something to do every single day from
Okay.
from that Monday until the following week. That's the Saturday. The entire you have 2 weeks to do everything. We know where everybody's going to be on Wednesday, October the 23rd. They're going to be at
Quite
White
simple.
Sunset. So share with us a
Kai
little bit.
Mama Mwe.
Kyle.
It's at Kai Mama Mwe from about 6 to whatever time, but it's a very elegant affair. And it's the way, so you'll be going there, you'll be supporting a worthy cause because all of the proceeds are given back to some charitable cause in Dominica. I heard the last time somebody coined it as the LinkedIn of
It's LinkedIn.
the
Yes.
LinkedIn.
In.
So you come there and you get to link up. And I know if you listened to Wenham and you listened to Joffrey, you listened to me, we all had that similar experience where we didn't have enough knowledge of what was out there. And so this I think is filling in that little gap. You have the White Sunset, and they're like you said, they're going to be people from all over, all walks of life, the doctors, the teachers, the lawyers, the nurses, and they can. So you're you're sipping on your drink, and you see somebody, and oh, that was the man on the show the other day. He's an engineer. I can ask him how do you go about becoming an engineer? It's not just there are so many branches of engineering, like yes, you can use that chemistry and you can go into so many different fields. Whereas in my time, you did, from high school, you did biology, chemistry, physics, math, along with those classes that you had to take. And then I went into sixth form and I followed the same path. And then I came up here and I followed the same path. But now that I'm in it, I'm realizing there are so many other options that are out there. And so this would be a place where you come, you have a good time, and you get some knowledge at the same time. So it's a win-win situation.
Yes, it's a win-win. Geoffrey, you wanna add something? You look like you itching to add
Asian.
something.
No, I just want to say that the Dominica Seafood Call Association, Alumni Association, is a charitable organization, and every cent we make goes back to Dominica and Dominicans.
Yeah.
Every single cent. So whether it's to the state college, whether to the infirmary, whether we have assisted Vincentian students after the
Yes.
hurricane. So
Yes.
every cent goes back to Dominica and Dominicans and making Dominica a better place for all of us, all Dominicans. So Kaimamamwe, October 23rd, be there.
Kaimama, somebody's asking, where is that located? Kaimama is in Casa Comfort.
Casa Comfort, yeah,
Casa
next to
Comfort on
next
the
to
just on the highway.
yeah,
Casa
next to
Comfort.
Anchorage. Believe
Yes.
me, you have Ecstasy Band. Who else? Who
Calling
else?
XP,
Cardiac
XP.
XP, yeah.
Signal Ban.
Band, absolutely. I
Yes.
will be there. Jael, will you be there?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
wonderful.
Yes. Lots of when will you be there?
I was afraid you'd ask that question. I didn't want you to ask me that question.
He's like, okay,
Mm,
okay, don't answer because I know,
okay.
sometimes when people come in Dominica, they don't want people to know because everybody wants send their list of, oh, you can go by Walmart and buy that for me. You can go by Best Buy. I order that something that I can send it to you. You don't have to say nothing. keep it on the hush hush. We don't want to know.
Thank you.
We don't want
Thank
to
you.
put your business out there. But it's going to be a great time. It's going to be a wonderful event. I want to encourage folks, if you've not purchased your ticket yet, there are VIP tickets. Tier 2 tickets are still ongoing. So take advantage. You can get a VIP and go in grand style, or you can come regular, whichever how you choose to. You're going to meet great people. You're going to meet amazing individuals. You're going to make connections. It's the way it's like being on Facebook, but on LinkedIn instead.
Yes.
Because you're meeting business people,
Yeah.
a few of them have, they're really successful, and some of them can help you, even if it's just to stay in touch and help you guide your path to university, or just probably connect you with somebody who can probably land you your next career gig or opportunity. So I want to encourage folks to get your tickets today, get your tickets now, and definitely we look forward to seeing you guys on October 23rd. Any final words? Anybody wants to give any final words before we wrap up?
There are some opportunities for people to win tickets tonight.
Was there?
Yes.
I don't know about that. I didn't get the memo. Did I miss out on something? Let me check. I didn't get the memo.
I think you missed out on something. There's something
And
there.
I went in the chat to look to make sure that I was not missing out, because I went specifically looking for that, and I don't remember seeing that.
Yes, I think there were some questions that people could ask.
Mm. I just want to say good evening to the folks also logged in on DNO. We have a few folks who are DNO shared the link. So guys, share the live, all of you on the live. Oh, yes, we have I missed that. I don't know why I missed that. Because wait, no, that was last time. So that wasn't for this one. I don't have this for this show.
Okay,
I don't
so
have-
maybe you could ask, who is the current president of DSC?
Probably that's a good one. Jael, you want to take it for yourself, man. Jael is an honorary, like they've all themselves now. Like I'll have to show all my bad ways. Oh, chairman. Who is the current president of the Dominica State College? The first person who answers gets this ticket. It's a general ticket to come to Kaimamamwe for the White Sunset with White with a hint of Creole on October. Iola says Trudy Christian.
Yes.
Iola, congratulations to you. Faster than fast cash. You've just won yourself a general ticket. It pays too much, but Jael Joseph Live. You've just won yourself. She said, give me my ticket to play. You just won yourself. Iola, do not sell the ticket, okay? All right, boom. You have just won yourself a general ticket to Kaimamamwe on October the 23rd, where the White Sunset Charity event will be happening. I want to say thank you to all my esteemed guests, Wenham, Geoffrey, Yan, and to you, Margaret. Thank you very much for joining me here on the show. I'm looking forward for more. I mean, so far, I feel the shows have been going very, very wonderful, and I've been learning a lot, and I hope that my followers and listeners and viewers are also. Have you guys been learning? Let me know. Let me know if you've been learning, right? And you're getting some insight. And don't forget, in addition to the White Sunset event, the Monday prior, there'll also be the symposium. You can follow the you guys have a website. You want to shoot the website? So the website, there's a website you can go on. There's also the Facebook. You can check out. What's the website again? Let me just I had all the information there.
Yes.
Ooh, let me get the website.
It's sifoconalumni.org.
Sifoconalumni.org. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you. That's our time. Thank you, every single person who tuned in here this evening. Those of you on YouTube, those of you on Facebook, those of you on LinkedIn. Guys, thank you for joining me. Have a good night.
Thanks for having
Thank
Thanks a
you.
us.
lot.
You're welcome.
For
You
having
too.
me.
See you next
Take
time
care.
on
Okay, bye.
Wednesday,
Bye.
October 23rd.
October
Yes,
23rd.
yes.
Yes.
Everybody put in their
The
last.
tickets, they're going really fast. Don't forget that the tickets can sell out. So you
They
have
do
to
sell out.
really fast.
They do sell out, right?
Yes,
So you
you
want to
have
make
them
Bye.
while they're available.
get your tickets. Especially, I want to appeal to the folks who are in the diaspora who are planning on being in Dominica. Like,
Yes.
get your tickets early o'clock. I've just pinned the address, so the www.cifocallalumni.org. I've just pinned it if you want to go on there and get some more information in terms of the events that are going to be happening that week of Creole Week. So you can join in, as well as the event in terms of the event on October 23rd. But you could always log into Eventbrite. The tickets are available on Eventbrite. Eventbrite is free to log in. I mean, I just download the app. So everything that I have just shows, everything that I'm interested in just shows up on my timeline, and you can do so as well. And I just want to say thank you again to my guests. Thank you to the entire executive of the CIFO Call alumni. Thank you very much to all of you, and for arranging such wonderful guests. Unfortunately, Monel could not have been on with us this evening. She was having a lot of technical difficulties. Let's say it was beyond Margaret's difficulties. It was definitely beyond hers. But thank you guys, and have a good night. All right, I say goodbye.
Okay, good night.
Bye.
Good night.
Bye
Bye.
bye.
All right,
Bye.
bye bye. Bye bye. That's it, guys. That's it. We wrap up here for this evening. I want to say thank you very much to the this Dominica Sifokal Alumni Association. You know, who's putting on a wonderful charity event, the White Sunset event happening on October 23rd. If you've not gotten your tickets, now you can. You could use my discount code. That's JL-WS24, and you get a discount. That's it. You get an instant discount using my code. Right? So go ahead, take the plunge, get with the White Sunset. We know you're already going to bring something all white to come to Dominica. When you come to Dominica, you know, we already know that. And while you're in Dominica, you can just pick up something Creole, right? Because you know you have, I mean, Dominica is known for its fashion when it comes to Creole. We bring it. We bring it, right? So I want to encourage you guys to show up, look sparkling and spangling, ping in according to my buttercup, and see you on October the 23rd at Kai Mama Mwe for the White Sunset event. That's my time here. I just want to say thanks again to all those of you who tuned in. Thank you again for everyone who came on the live. If you shared the live, I love you even more. I love you too. Thank you very much for sharing the live. And if you've not followed, liked, and subscribed, what are you waiting for? You know you want to. Come on, stop the nonsense. I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll be back with Lyric. Lyric is going to be on with me tomorrow. Singer, songwriter who's done music with Chris Brown, Skip Marley. She's doing big things out in Cali. And she's going to be joining us here. She's going to be talking a little bit about her story. And you could get an opportunity to win prizes from $150 voucher from Fresh Market Health, Beauty, and Cosmetics. So stay tuned for that. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.